experience. It's the teacher of all things. Its lessons propel you forward to overcome obstacles and learn how far you can go. It's what makes you, you. And it's at the heart of every Macquarie University degree. It means you can combine virtual and on-campus learning and personalise your degree. With courses co-created by industry leaders and degrees with inbuilt internships, you learn directly from those with experience. When you're powered by our collective, you get the experience you need to get ahead. You become more than just you. You become you to the power of us. Macquarie University.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this afternoon's graduation ceremony. It's a special occasion for graduands on my right, but also for family and friends who've come to support them and share in this wonderful occasion. A few things to go through first. Could I ask that all mobile phones be turned to silent? I appreciate that. You're welcome to take photographs, but we ask that you don't stand and impede the view of people behind. We also ask that you don't stand in the centre aisle nor approach the stage at any time. Today's ceremony is being streamed live on Macquarie University's YouTube channel. And from all accounts, the patronage is very, very good. So it allows those parents and friends who can't come to Australia or can't come from other part of Australia to be part of the ceremony. If we need to leave for any reason, please follow the instructions of the security staff. We haven't needed them so far, so let's hope we don't need them. Well, certainly today, and in the future, of course. If you've left any items in the cloakroom, please make sure you collect those as soon as possible after the ceremony. If graduates, if you've ordered a plaque or a frame, please collect those at the end. There are facilities out there. If you haven't done that so far, you can do it late after the ceremony, that's fine. Also available out the back behind the stage, but you have to go outside to get to it, is portrait facilities. So family portraits with you in your robes and your testama, and portrait of you by yourself or with your partner. But they're there, so make use of it. I think that might be it. I think that's it. Can you think of anything else I need to say? No, it's always something. Anyway, I need to talk to graduands now. So graduands, congratulations. Now I notice that some people here have graduated, if not here, and that's a shame, at some other university, and that's even worse. Anyway, look, well done. We have a PhD, a Masters of Philosophy. Any Masters of Research? No. Okay, that's fine. I'll need to give you separate advice later. Okay, today is your big day. Looking forward to it for at least 3 years. Some of you maybe 4, maybe a bit longer. Any part-time students here? No? Oh, I'm the only one. Years ago, decades ago. Anyway, look, my congratulations and have a good day. Now, what's going to happen? The official party will come in through the centre aisle. take their positions on stage. You'll all be asked to stand for that. The national anthem will be played. We ask that you remove your trenches or your bonnets, whatever you have. This is a bonnet, they're trenches. Okay? When you sit down, back on your head with the tassel on the left. Okay? There'll be some people around the back will help you if things go a bit astray. So we all sit down, then we sit down. There'll be welcome to country from Uncle Chris Tobin, and then the presiding officer will address you. Following that will be an occasional speaker who will address you as well. Now, an occasional speaker is like a guest speaker, okay? I don't know why they use occasional speaker, probably because it only happens once every now and again, quite occasionally. So they'll address you. Then comes the important part for you folk. It's when you'll have your degrees conferred upon you. You'll be asked to stand. The presiding officer will check with the registrar that you have satisfied all the requirements for the award of your degree. Is anyone here that hasn't? No, of course not. Of course not. So that assurance will be given, and then the presiding officer will confer your degrees upon you. And that's when you change from graduands, which is what you are now for the sake of the ceremony. As I said, people have graduated somewhere else, or if not here. For today's purpose of today, you are graduands. That's when you become graduates. Okay, the last three letters change around. You'll be asked to stand, then you'll be asked to sit. An usher will collect the last row, take you right around the back, where you'll get one of these. Okay, it has your name in there and your academic transcripts, and this is your testamer. Yeah? So you'll get that. We ask that you hold it like that. Okay? Now, I mentioned mobile phones earlier about being turned off. If you have one with you, or you will have one with you, you wouldn't have got in, unless you had a piece of paper. But if you have your mobile phones, if you have a pocket, please put it in your pocket. Okay? If you don't have a pocket, bring it with you. And what we'll do is we'll put it in your hand crossways. So that's your phone. And then we'll put that in front of it. And you just hold it like that. Okay? And this, like this, is for the photography. Okay, so it's part of your photograph. You go around the back, as I say, we'll get you one of these. Your name will be checked. You come up the ramp in that corner to that opening. Someone will check your name and then ask you to move across to the presenting officer at that lectern. And we ask that you stand, there's a cross on the floor, but you stand about here in relationship to the lectern. They like to turn around, one, to see that someone there, and two, they also like to check your name as well, and it correlates with the name they have, okay? Because we don't want to name the wrong person who's receiving somebody else's degree. So that's why we ask you to hold it like that. So stay there. Presenting officer, as I say, will read your name. And in all but two cases, once they've read your name, we'll recognise you, acknowledge you by doing that. We ask that you do the same. So just do that in return. Now, for two candidates down here, the presenting officer will not only read your name, but will read the title of your thesis. Okay? So don't move across from there until after that. Okay? So just have to be a little bit patient. Okay? Then you walk across here, where you shake hands with the presiding officer for your photograph. Now, there's just a couple of things that, one's very, very important. This one's not so important. If you walk across here and you say, I forgot to do that, don't worry, you don't have to go back and have another go. Just keep walking across until you get here. The presiding officer will be here and will shake your hand. If you don't want to shake the presiding officer's hand, just do that and give him a slight nod. Okay? Right hand on your chest. Now, here's the other important part. This is more important than the other one that you might have forgot. This is your official graduation photograph. Right? You don't get another chance at it. So make it the best one that's ever been taken. And I have to emphasise this, at least smile, okay, for it. And why I say this, you might think it's a bit of fun. It is a bit funny in a way. You go outside, all the photographs are on the wall. If you see your photograph and you say, "Oh, I don't like that," you can't come back and have another go. Okay? That's the end of it. So make it the best photograph that's ever been taken. And indeed, because you've got this on. And if you send it back at the end, if you only hide it, well, you're not going to get them again to take another photograph. So smile and keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, okay? Just hopefully that they don't catch you at a blink when your eyes are shut on the blink. Anyway, that's being a bit flippant. I'm sorry. Once you've shaken hands, your photograph's been taken, across here, down that opening there. And I'll say this, I shouldn't have to say it, but I will, because it has happened. Don't try and jump off the side of the stage. Okay? Oh, it has happened. Yeah. One person did it, and we thought, oh, we'll put the barrier up. Didn't stop them, didn't stop the next one, and they decided to jump over the barrier and onto the floor. So fortunately, there were no broken ankles and broken legs. So off here, down there, and back to your row. You won't be in the same seat. Highly likely that you won't. So what you do is when you get to your row, there'll be some people to help you. Just walk along that row until you come to the next vacant seat and sit down. Okay? And when that's done, oh, one other thing. Mobile phones. We ask that when you're on stage, there be no selfies. Okay? Leave your selfies for later. All right, so you've sat down. Now, oh, one other point. Those two seats are yours. Okay? So you come back to those seats. And what I mean by that is no one else sits in them. Okay? Be very careful. They could get really, really cranky if anyone's sitting in their seat. They told me they would. So leave those two seats vacant. Okay, folks? You'll be back first, maybe. So that's prize seats for our doctorate and our Master of Philosophy. Okay, that's all done. You've all sat down. One of you fine folk will come and give the graduate speaker's address. And who? Do we have someone? Graduate speaker? No one? Oh, we do. Phew, the rest of you can breathe easy because I don't have to nominate someone. Okay, so the graduate speaker will come up and address you from this lectern. Following that will be a musical interlude, and then the presiding officer will close the ceremony. They'll leave the stage down the centre aisle, through the double doors, graduates, as you will be then, 2 rows at a time. Follow them out there, family and friends follow them, and meet outside on the lawn or the portico where the refreshments will be served. Okay? So I'll say again, congratulations, enjoy today, and yeah, well done.
Congratulations on your graduation, the start of a bright future, a future that Macquarie University wants to share with you. As a graduate, you are now part of our alumni community, a vast connected network that spans the globe, with thought leadership and networking events, locally and around the world, where you can connect with other alumni, find a future employer or employee. Also, as part of the alumni community, you have access to a wide range of benefits, including special discounts, free access to the library for life, an alumni e-magazine, special events, networks, and career and professional development opportunities. We celebrate and champion our graduate stories and achievements, so stay connected and stay informed. Graduation is an amazing milestone and one step on a lifelong partnership with Macquarie. That's you to the power of us. Stay connected by letting us know where your journey takes you. Simply update your details at mq.edu.au/alumni.
Shortly, the official party will enter the graduation hall. When they've taken their positions on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of the national anthem. Would you please stand for the academic procession?
Please be seated. Distinguished guests and graduates, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country.
Thank you. Warami Mitiga. Hello friends, and Nalawa, welcome. We begin today by acknowledging that we meet together on Wallamata country. It's the traditional country of the Darug people and the ancestral clan lands of the Wallamedigal, the snapperfish folk. I wish to pay respects to our old people, our ancestors and our elders, those that have gone before us, and to thank the University for the invitation to come and do the acknowledgement of country with you. In my opinion, the acknowledgement of country that we do in Australia is one of the beautiful and encouraging features of contemporary life here. It's where we get to pay respects to Aboriginal Australia, but also to confirm ourselves as a people who care about what is right, and it gives us the opportunity to talk about working together for the common goal, which is the social and environmental healing of our country. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi. He was a respected elder and cleverman from the neighbouring Burruburungal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria as she's known, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, seeking refuge there during the brutal displacement of Aboriginal people throughout the 1800s, and the place became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when clan groups were smaller and abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no homelessness, no rich and poor, no slavery. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here at Wallamata for the past 20,000 years. So please consider that this is not an ideal or some dream yet to materialise. This is normal life for humans, and for the longest time, and not that long ago. So there is no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us now. However, we are a clever people, and there's still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the planet. I would just ask you share your skills with the rest of us where you can, and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of, and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you. Have a wonderful day and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Yana.
I'm pleased to introduce Chancellor of Macquarie University, Dr. Martin Parkinson, AC.
Thank you, Chris, for your warm and thoughtful acknowledgement of country. I know you've heard me say it before, but I'll say it again. We thank you for generously participating in our graduation. So on behalf of everyone here, thank you again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Acknowledging country in the form that we've just heard is a reminder of the long history of the land on which we meet, of its custodians, the Darug people, and the charge they've given us to use this land well for teaching, learning and discovery. So I'd like to add my acknowledgement to Chris. Beawu Bujari Wallamatagal Yurin Darug Nurian. I speak well of the Wallamatagal people of the Darug Nation. Niaya Yurabarang Ji Nurian, the people who belong to this country. Bayawu Gulbanga Gununiang Yura Gurugal Yagu. I pay respects to elders past and present. Yinawu Gulbanga Darug Yura Bujari Gumarwa. I walk with and respect the Darug people in good spirit. So let me start by warmly welcoming each and every one of you in good spirit here to the Wallamatagal campus of Macquarie University. Most importantly, I want to offer you, our graduates, a warm welcome and hearty congratulations. Meeting today on what is a magnificent day of celebration for you. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires determination, perseverance, hard work, and dedication to purpose. Each and every one of you should be incredibly proud of your accomplishments, and I can assure you that we, the Macquarie University community, feel very proud of you. Many of you are fortunate enough today to be here in the company of family and friends. For others of you, this may not have been possible. But for all of you, even in the most challenging moments of your study, these people, your family, your friends, your community, will have made your journey easier. So to all the family and friends and community members of our graduating class, I offer you a very warm welcome. I see we've got a number of young children in the audience. I want to be really clear. We feel that children actually make this a celebration. We don't expect young children to sit quietly. They're welcome to run around, make a bit of commotion. It is, after all, a celebration. The other thing about it is they're our future students, so we don't want to put them off. To our graduating students, the support you've received is a reminder that while our individual efforts are very important, as Chris said, much of what we achieve in our lives will happen because we work together, where we support one another, we live as a community. In short, we truly are stronger together. I think it's important that we maintain this commitment in the forefront of our minds, this commitment to mutual support, especially in times of great turbulence. Every generation thinks that times they live in are particularly complex, but there's no doubt in my mind that today we confront a remarkably complex environment, the most challenging in 3/4 of a century. We face an unprecedented, complex and fraught strategic and economic environment internationally, one that is more contested, more volatile, more fragmented, one where the institutions and structures that we've come to rely on are under attack from without and, unfortunately, from within. These challenges are exacerbated, amplified and reinforced by rampant social media and a rapidly changing technological landscape. It doesn't matter what we look at, whether it's cyber, AI, material science, bioengineering, quantum, breakthroughs are occurring almost continuously. So it's no wonder that the social cohesion, that sense of what is right and wrong, what is proper and fair, and that sense of tolerance are fraying. Yet how we as individuals, communities and countries navigate these challenges will be central to our shared prospects for peace and prosperity, no matter where we live in the world. I hope that your education experience has strengthened your sense of the importance of working together for the betterment of your communities, of our nations, of our world. Now, as you go out into the world as graduates of Macquarie University, your lives are going to get very busy. It'll be the minutiae of life, the things that are so important to us, the jobs, the relationships, the families, and so on. But I'd urge you to keep an eye on a few things. Ask yourself, how can I help navigate through times of great turbulence? What is my responsibility as a graduate and a scholar to help create a better world? How can we all engage in dialogue, whether it's as members of the Australian community, as members of communities of other countries, or indeed members of the global community? Because now more than ever, respectful engagement and constructive dialogue are central to solving the big problems we face. It's hard to say it, but you're the generation that's going to need to navigate these issues. So I'm going to urge you to draw on the skills and experiences that you've gained here in Macquarie and through your entire education journey to participate fully in those discussions and help make the world a better place. We must all be willing to share our skills, knowledge and to bring our expertise to the table. We must all be prepared to continue to intellectually grow, to be good listeners, to learn from others, and importantly, to respect a diversity of views. So, graduates, I would encourage you to remain curious, to be a lifelong learner. After all, as Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did. Throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbour, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. In short, be optimistic, seek challenges and take calculated risks. Accept that differences of opinion are inevitable, even amongst people with the same motivation. Acknowledge that. Someone having a difference of opinion to yours does not make them a bad person. Acknowledge that, commit yourselves to working for the common good, and recognise that diversity actually gives us strength. To do this, though, we all need to draw on inner strength. As a great African-American writer and Nobel Prize winner, Toni Morrison, told another university gathering in 1996, and I quote, "Service to the individual, to the government, to the world requires unwavering commitment to intellectual freedom, to virtues already being debased by apathy or mindless rage, virtues of integrity, honour, faith, selflessness and courage." So that's almost 30 years ago. And the situation is far, far worse today than it was in 1996. I regard these as wonderful words, and I'd urge you to remember them. But as you go forth, you need to balance up what it is that is really your North Star. What's going to drive you to deliver what it is that you value? Because it's, after all, the lives that you value that we need to be here supporting. And the lives that you value are, in my humble opinion, best achieved by helping support the lives that others value as well. Now, soon it'll be my honour to confer your degrees and to welcome you into the ranks of the Macquarie University alumnus. But first, however, it's my great pleasure at today's ceremony to honour, in accordance with a resolution of the University Council, Mr Ben Way for admission to the degree of Doctor of Business Honoris Causa of Macquarie University. I'm now going to invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor S. Bruce Doughton, to read the citation. Vice-Chancellor.
I invite Mr Ben Way to please stand for the citation. Mr Ben Way grew up in Sydney and graduated from Macquarie University with a Bachelor of Arts majoring in politics and a Bachelor of Laws with honours in 1998. At Macquarie, Mr Way was President of the Student Union and a student member of the university's Governing Council. His first overseas trip was with the Macquarie University debating team, which won the World Universities Debating Championship in 1996. Mr Way also met his wife, Samantha Sorensen, who studied education at Macquarie, and they have lived abroad for more than 25 years, with time in Beijing, Hong Kong, Taipei, Seoul, Bangkok, and New York City. Mr Way joined the Macquarie Group in 2006, where he is presently the head of Macquarie Asset Management and a member of the Macquarie Group Executive Committee. Prior to his current role, which he assumed in 2021, he held several other senior leadership positions, including as CEO of Macquarie Group in Asia. Before Macquarie, he was Chairman and CEO of Taiwan Broadband Communications and a management consultant with Bain & Company. A member of the Aspen Global Leadership Network, Mr Way is a Fellow of the 2017 Finance Leaders Fellowship class. He has been widely recognised for his outstanding global achievements and received the Advanced Global Australian Award for Finance and Investment in 2024. He was appointed Chair of Advanced Global Australians APAC and Chair of the Global Australian Foundation in April this year. Mr. Way is passionate about empowering people and fostering a culture of investment excellence. He has actively mentored and supported many Australians in their careers, both at home and abroad. He is passionate about impact investing and is committed to giving back through philanthropy. He serves on the board of directors of Mother's Choice, a Hong Kong-based non-government organisation whose goal is to see every child in a safe, loving and permanent family. He is the co-founder and chair of Good Financial, a fintech lending solution in Hong Kong designed to help financially vulnerable migrant workers. Mr. Way's passions include collecting art, rugby league and hiking, and he and his wife Samantha are patrons of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. They have been members of the Vice-Chancellor and President's Circle Hong Kong chapter since 2016. Mr. Way was part of Macquarie Business School's Distinguished Speaker Series in 2022 and he is a patron of Sydney Roosters NRL Academy. In 2015, Mr. Way and Ms. Sorensen established a scholarship to support Indigenous students studying teaching, inspiring Macquarie Group to match their generous contribution at this university. The Way Sorensen Scholarship not only includes financial support, but gives recipients the opportunity to undertake life-changing overseas travel, often for the first time. Chancellor, it is therefore very fitting that we recognise today Mr. Ben Way for the degree of Doctor of Business honoris causa, in recognition of his leadership within the Australian business community, his support for Indigenous education and other initiatives at Macquarie University, and his commitment to the empowerment of others through education, mentorship and philanthropy. Chancellor, it is my privilege to present to you Mr. Ben Way for admission to the honorary degree.
Mr. Ben Way, in the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Business honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Way. I now invite Dr. Way to deliver the occasional address for this graduation ceremony. Please welcome Dr. Way.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to, first of all, acknowledge the Chancellor, the Vice-Chancellor, faculty, staff, guests, and most importantly, graduates and your families and friends. I'd also like to recognise the traditional custodians of the land on which we're situated. The first thing I'd like to say is feel free to unleash your children. Go for it. I've never heard that before, encouraged, but I think that's a good thing. Second of all, I did not think that the Vice-Chancellor of this university would be my hype man ever. I just discovered a few things about myself. For example, I didn't know I got an honours degree in law when I was here. So, you know, gifts are happening everywhere. Look, the most important thing I want to say is congratulations to all of you. It is a real achievement to graduate from university, and I hope you feel proud. I hope you leave university with not just a degree, but with friends and with memories, and that you take time to celebrate today and to celebrate this milestone. I think often in life we rush to the next thing, and we don't take time to recognise our hard work, but also to be generous to ourselves. So congratulations again. I love graduations, so I'm excited to be here with you, hopefully we can make the sort of next 8 or 9 minutes impactful for you. I recently went to a graduation in the US where someone had this exact role and they spoke for 37 minutes on geopolitics. The good news is I'm not going to speak for 37 minutes. I'm certainly not going to speak on geopolitics. It's really hard for me to believe that it's 27 years since I was sitting in your seat. I actually still think of myself as a person with brown hair. That's a long time ago. But I really loved my time here. It opened up my heart and it really opened up my eyes. I left university with experiences, with tools, with a degree that's helped me in every chapter since. And for that, I'm incredibly grateful to this university, as I am for the honorary degree, which I must admit when I got, I was somewhat shocked because I'm still in my early 50s and I thought this was reserved for people of an older age. So I don't know what's happening there, but I would say I would share this honour with my family. To be honest, the scholarship that we set up here is really was really their idea and goes to my daughter's and wife's passion for education. So this, I think, award is as much for them as it is for me. Just for some context, my sister and I, like probably many kids around Sydney and including probably some people in this hall today, we grew up in a single-parent household. We were working-class kids. We're the product of public education, a meritocratic but imperfect system that Australia needs to protect, fund and cherish, including its international student programs. Neither of my parents went to university, nor did they actually finish high school. And as you heard, I didn't leave Australia until my 20s on a university-funded trip that changed my life much more than I realised at the time. And again, for that, I'm very thankful. If you told me back then that I would have the current role that I do have, that I would have lived overseas for 25 years in 7 different countries, have 2 daughters today at college in the US, I would have assumed you had the wrong person. I simply had no idea that such a world existed. My first big leap was to Beijing in 2001. We had a newborn baby, and as I said, I've never lived overseas at that time. And so when I got on the plane with three bags and a jogging stroller, which was like taking a UFO to Beijing at the time, all I really knew that was my office was in Guomao, which is sort of the downtown CBD of Beijing. That was the entirety of our plan. So as you can imagine, I had a much higher risk tolerance in my early 20s than I do now. Maybe too much youthful confidence. And so what happened? Well, we landed in a country that we didn't know anything about, and it turned out to be a totally life-changing decision. It stretched us, it inspired us, it moved us. Occasionally, I have to say, it confronted us, especially some of the food, but it led to a life for which we are incredibly grateful. And so I suppose the question for all of us, especially for you as graduates today, is what comes after university? And that step to the unknown can feel a bit uneasy. I have a 24-year-old daughter who graduated recently. But the thing I'd say to you is it's actually much more exciting. The world is amazing if you let it in. It's a place, sure, where real and urgent challenges exist. We hear about these all the time, and they are real. Climate change, income inequality, misinformation. But the good news is that many of the tools and knowledge and networks we need to address them exist today. Importantly, the world is full of many more opportunities than it is risk. Many more opportunities. We live in exciting times given our own ingenuity. We can and do amazing things all the time. We map the genome. We can compress the human condition and experience into beautiful art and literature. We are building AI models that are now solving the impossible. And over the last couple of decades, we've lifted billions of people out of poverty. We are an impressive species, which often doesn't give itself the credit for being impressive. And so I think to think about it is that we are at the precipice, not the end of endeavour. And you are going into a really exciting time, a time very different to the time that I graduated, but a time with endless opportunities and endless global opportunities. Because ultimately, the arc of the universe bends towards progress and justice. That is our shared experience. And in that spirit, I've been asked to share a few things that I've picked up along the way, from success, failure, mentors, friends and family. So you be the judge whether these mean anything to you. I'm sure your parents will judge. Don't they all? I do. But I also share these with someone who's imperfect. I do not have it all figured out. I'm learning all the time, and so hopefully over the next couple of minutes we can learn together. So the first thing I'd say is you don't need to know everything. You just need to be ready to learn. Most things that look effortless from the outside come from discipline, from repetition, from focus. Nobody has it figured out. And if someone tells you that they have it all figured out, then they're not telling you the truth. My advice is jump in. Don't wait to start. You will figure out much more when you're in motion. Focus less on the victory and the end game and more on being present in the journey and what you learn along the way, especially from your losses. The second thing I'd say is say what you believe. Being a leader isn't about winning a debate, having the loudest voice, or dominating a meeting. It's about having the courage to voice what you think respectfully while listening deeply. Progress comes from those willing to do that, to really talk about and express what they truly think. But that can be hard. In a world that often feels intolerant of tolerance, informed discussion and disagreement is more critical than ever. And it's fundamental to things like fostering innovation and civil society. Thirdly, you're going to fail. Everyone fails. I fail all the time. One of the biggest myths is that failure is the opposite of success. It's not. It's the entry fee. The very best performers that I observe all around the world don't avoid it at all. They absorb it, they learn, and they go again. You just don't grow if you're never stretched or trying new things. So what I'd encourage you to do is miss bravely, with intention. Just don't stop trying. That's actually really what real courage is. Don't mistake busyness for importance. I learned this the very hard way over the last 25 years. The world around us demands our attention, and filling our days with meetings or distractions can make us feel indispensable, but it comes at a cost, because no one is ever too busy or ever too senior to connect. Healthy relationships, the best relationships, depend on consistency, not convenience. So if I can encourage you to do one thing, be the friend who remembers birthdays, who shows up, who expresses gratitude, who checks in on others. My best friend from law school is here today. And we talk about all the time about being someone who turns up at birthdays, at graduations, at weddings, and maybe funerals in the future. But it's really important that the people you love and who you have around you and who love you are not the sort of people who care about your title or where you live or where you went to school. They just really care if you're there, especially when they need you. And importantly, as you go along that journey, remember to laugh. Have a good time. Come on, graduates, you're actually allowed to smile and have a good time. This is not a serious event, at least I don't think it's that serious. You're allowed to have a good time along the way. When you laugh, people have a good time and they want to be with you. Importantly, be you. I text this to my daughters all the time. I actually add, because you is awesome. The world doesn't need more curated profiles. It needs people who are authentic about who they are, what they know and what they do not know. We also need people who are strong enough to sit with people who challenge them. You will make mistakes in being you. It's hard not to curate your profile on a daily or minute basis. There will be difficult roads and they will often feel chaotic being yourself, but you need to trust the universe and where it will lead you. That's a life well spent. And from time to time, I know this will be unpopular with you, think about putting your phone down. Life doesn't happen by scrolling. The best moments, the moments that you will remember, the ones that shape you, happen by being present and intentional. So don't miss them because you're on Instagram or Snapchat or some other app. Most importantly, live a life that you love. One that feels honest and authentic, full of people you care about, work that gives you purpose, and decisions that make you proud. Put other people first, not because you must, but because you choose to. Forgive when it's hard and show up when it's not convenient. You spent a long time learning history in some form, whether it's financial history or other types of history, and now the good news is you get to write it. So make sure it's bold, make sure it's memorable, but most of all, make sure it matters to you, no matter what. Make sure it matters to you no matter what. That has been the biggest lesson in my life. Again, congratulations. Thank you for letting me relive my youth. Enjoy your day, and thanks for listening. Thank you.
Thanks Ben. If I look, listening to what you said, listening to what Chris said, hopefully what I tried to say, I think there are three themes that really were appearing in all of our comments. And that is, don't wait, grab opportunities. The things that look interesting will be the most interesting, and they'll be the things that you will be most impactful at. Second, make sure you know what your true north is. Know what you stand for and why you stand for it. And third, well, none of us use this sort of language. Ben alluded to it with the lessons about failure. There's a great Nelson Mandela quote, which is, we don't win and lose, we win and learn. And I think that's a really important message to take away, that no matter what happens, you're going to learn. And you know, by the time you're as wizened as some of us older folk up here are, you will have learned a lot and you will have forgotten a lot. But it's that learnings that will have made the journey so rich for you. So again, Ben, thank you for inspiring us with those words. Now, graduands, as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies like this. The fact that this is a day of celebration through the conferring of degrees on those who have complied with the university's requirements for such awards. So I'm now going to call on our Acting Registrar, Professor Leanne Piggott, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for the awards.
Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations. Well done.
Graduates, please be seated. Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Macquarie Business School. I now call on Professor Leonie Tickle, Executive Dean for the Macquarie Business School, to present the graduates. Professor Tickle.
Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Macquarie Business School. The Macquarie Business School represents the contemporary evolution of a long and proud tradition at this university, educating the next generation of leaders in economics, finance, actuarial studies, business analytics, marketing, management and accounting. We're a school that combines academic excellence with real-world relevance, and we pride ourselves on a simple but powerful idea: you to the power of us. The philosopher Aristotle, teacher to Alexander the Great, once said that education must prepare a student for the pursuit and attainment of a happy life. For Aristotle, fulfilment came not from comfort, but from challenge, and through adversity, the realisation of one's highest potential. At Macquarie Business School, we believe in that same principle. We empower our students by challenging them to be the best that they can be. We develop skills in data analytics, critical thinking, teamwork and communication, and we cultivate wisdom, so that equipped with one of the finest educations this country can offer, our graduates are prepared not just to succeed, but to contribute, to make a difference and to leave the world a better place than they found it. We live in a time of profound transformation, The convergence of technological, environmental and societal change poses both risk and opportunity. I know that graduates before us today will rise to meet this moment. Among you are future CEOs, policymakers, entrepreneurs, public servants and community leaders. You will shape the future of Australia and of our region. So as you leave here today as a graduate, I want you to remember the most important quality of a Macquarie University graduate. Macquarie is a public university committed to the public good. So when difficult challenges come your way, the question is not just what will I do, but what will be my highest contribution? How will I use my unique strengths to serve with purpose, lead with integrity and shape our collective future? Chancellor, I'm proud to present to you the graduates from Macquarie University whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance and Bachelor of Professional Accounting, Mitchell Johnson. Hei Jason Lin. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Assis Rajput. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Commerce, June Chu. Danny Musa. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Analytics and Bachelor of Applied Finance, James Gibson. Tushar Kinder. Kiran Kumar. Chirag Glamba. Nikos Lopez. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Science, Melanie Vidri. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Economics and Bachelor of Applied Finance, Camille Hannah Russell-Ware. Yash Sharma. Viraj Singh. Aryan Wani. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance, Harry Baker. Thomas Barwell. Nicholas Marcus Bannon. The recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Liam Bailabelt. Dat Koi Bui. Christian Detardian. Laurie Ginobili. Reese Hendroff. Azra Khatri. Jiewei Ma. Lok Hin Ung. Huang Quen Jiang No. Dak An Nguyen. Min Nyat Nguyen. Nguyen Quang Hai. The recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Min Kwan Pham. Tang Dat Phan. Sheng Je Pu. John Roberts. Shin Ao Shung. Kai Yao Peyton So. Brandon Thompson. The recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Lee Huang Jun. Neo Vermeulen. Tu Li Vo. Yu Jie Zhang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Chanel Aboud. Mary Adamako Sa. Boyd Austin. Yuvrov Baldio. Tang Truck Lam Ban. Jacob Bradley. Tom Burke. T. Min Hu Kao. T. Fun Ling Gao. Hayden Carney. Stephanie Yu Jun Chan. Bishita Chauhan. Thomas Croak. James Cummings. Chloe Nicole Dayap. Brent Delaney. Joshua Dixon. Alana Donald. Abdallah Al-Chara. Alex El Hazouri. Thomas Gentle. Prince Martin Gonzalez. Danny Graham. Patrick Harvey. Zayn Hasnain. Johara Husman. Bertram Johnston. Navneet Kaur. Hassan Khan. Sumit Shivneel Kumar. Hamish Limbu. Jie-Yu Liu. Nicole Mann. Jordan Mikas. Zain Nassar. Nor Noglin. Dak Ton Nguyen. The recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Ka Kwan Nguyen. Min Kwan Nguyen. Ngo Han Lin Nguyen. Victoria Nguyen. Eric Ognanovsky. Quang Tang Fan. Tang Fong Fung. Richard Redwood. Jake Seal. Rajan Kumar Sen. James Smith. Marko Stojanovic. Phuong Mei Ta. Bridget Tan. Mung Ne Jun. Ronan Valencia. Tuan An Vu. Joanna Wei. Glenn Shue. Haijun Xu. Jefferson Yukana. Ang Yu Nang. Ying Zhang. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Graduate Diploma of Commerce and Master of Banking and Finance, Raya Feroz Kerawala. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Commerce and Master of Finance, Rasagna Yadav Galaboina. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Finance and Master of Accounting, Himat Singh Sandhu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Finance and Master of International Business, Ramesh Khan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Finance and Master of Management, Imad Hafiz Dawai. Siddhant Gurnani. Swana Wahal. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Finance and Master of Marketing, Disha Harish Reddy. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Finance, Reese Collier. Kendi Masito. Isha Patel. Adam Rosenheim. Mon Mon Zin. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Banking and Finance, Anmol Arora. Pongpop Banyan. Tu Ha Bui. Ulziberen Gumbold. Bhumit Gupta. Sakshi Jagtap. James Jostens. Salonai Kit. Amen. Chandra Shekhar Dutta. Shubham Deepak Shinde. Abhinav Shukla. Meenakshi Sindhu Jyotish. Abhinav Verma. Bik Nok Vu. Tuen Huang Vu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Commerce, Thayugon in the Vong. Chirag Katyo. Don Nok Foot Farm. Tao Ni Wong. Jingwei Wang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Finance, Rosa Monique. Kanwara Kanwara Ratanar Sirisombat. Te Hong Nuong Chuan. Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. The Master of Philosophy is awarded for research that demonstrates a contribution to knowledge in a particular field of study by presenting new facts or by demonstrating an independent critical ability to evaluate existing material in a new light, with a thesis of up to 50,000 words. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Philosophy, Bei Dai. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Amitav Saha, for a thesis entitled The Dynamics of Financial Reporting Quality During Periods of Crisis. Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Macquarie Business School.
Chancellor, I call on Marko Stojanovic, who graduated with a Bachelor of Commerce, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Marko.
Thank you. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and distinguished guests, it is an extraordinary honour to speak on this occasion, a day marked by achievement, reflection and promise. Today is not merely the conclusion of our academic journey, it is a declaration of resilience. It is a accumulation of years defined not just by what we learned, but by the persistence we demonstrated to be here. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each of you, not just for completing your degrees, but for doing so with courage, commitment and conviction. If there is a key challenge that runs through our time at university, it is the act of balancing. We have juggled lectures and tutorials with part-time jobs, student societies, sports and volunteering. We've protected our relationships while meeting relentless deadlines, and at times we've done our best to maintain a social life, even when our calendars suggested otherwise. This balance was not easy, but it was formative. In my own final year, I encountered a paradox. After years of preparation, it didn't become easier. It became more demanding. I was sitting final exams, applying for graduate roles, working a full-time job, and trying to honour extracurricular commitments. I still valued friendships and joy, even when those came with late nights and loud music. There were moments of fatigue and doubt, yet those moments taught me discipline, humility, and the value of choosing action over hesitation. As Theodore Roosevelt once said, in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing, the next best thing is the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is nothing. Taking the next step, whether it be submitting an application, revising for 10 more minutes, or taking a difficult phone call, will help build momentum, even when perfection felt out of reach. We did not do this alone. To our lecturers and tutors, thank you for stretching our minds and sharpening our thinking. To the university staff who sustain this institution behind the scenes, thank you for your invaluable contribution. To our family, friends, and mentors, thank you for your belief in us and making us believe in ourselves. Your support turned our potential into reality. As we step into the next chapter, whether that be careers, continued study, or ventures not yet imagined, there are two ideas worth carrying with us. The first idea is navigating uncertainty. Nikola Tesla once reflected, life is and ever will remain an equation incapable of solution, but it contains certain known factors. In that single sentence, he captured the paradox we will all face in life. Life cannot only be solved, however, it can only be understood gradually, partially, and patiently. As we step into a world that is rapidly changing, We won't always have clear answers, but what we do have something just as powerful, and that's the ability to recognise what is known, our values, our principles, and our preparation to make thoughtful choices even when the equation escapes us. The second idea is possibility. Napoleon Bonaparte once stated, "Impossibility is a word only found in a fool's dictionary." In the last few years have taught us anything, it is to honour the boundaries of what can be achieved often move, especially when people persist together with vision and determination. So let us leave here not as individuals who expect simplicity, but as people who are prepared for complexity. Let us be willing to take responsibility before it is comfortable, to trust our ideas even if they're not fully formed, and to serve others even when it is easier to not to. To adapt the words of President Kennedy for our moment, let us choose the road ahead not because it is easy, but because it is hard and because it is worthy. Congratulations, Class 2025. May we meet the next challenge with courage, courtesy, and grace.
Thank you, Marco. Again, I think commonality of themes. We've really sort of hit the mark today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking Marco for those thoughtful words. Distinguished guests, please join me in expressing our appreciation to Angela Brewer for that superb performance. Angela is the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. Please also join me in thanking our musicians on the organ, Heather Moen Boyd. On the transverse flute, Dr. Chai Chang Ning. I can also take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives from our alumni community. These members of our alumni community generously offer their time to assist us in managing events such as this, and we couldn't do it without them. So please join me in thanking our alumni members. And finally, while you can't see them, please join me in thanking our technical staff who are up the back. It's they who ensure that our proceedings can be seen and heard, not just for all of you who are here today, but also for those watching the event on the live stream. So, thank you again. Graduates, this ceremony is a rite of passage, but not, I hope, the end of your connection with Macquarie University. You're now part of our family of alumni, a group of more than 234,000 people living in over 150 countries. We will keep in touch with you and hopefully you with us through the alumni program. We would encourage you to come back to campus to attend alumni events and perhaps even to undertake more study. Most importantly though, we'd encourage you to remember the responsibilities you now have as graduates. Continue the hard work that brought you here today. Set demanding goals for yourself, goals to better your community. Retain your curiosity, pursue your dream, and remember the people who help you along the way. Now, some of those are here today, and I want to acknowledge their support on your behalf. Thank you very much. So I'm going to ask graduates, as is traditional at these events, please stand and then turn to the people behind you and next to you who have helped bring you to this point, your friends, your family, your community. And thank you. Now turn to the front again, because up here on the dais with me are representatives of our academic staff, the people who taught you, and I ask you to give them a round of applause too, in thanks. Finally, turn to one another and give yourselves a resounding round of applause because you deserve it. Well done. Please, graduates, be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates of Macquarie University, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the university and our continuing students, I again want to offer you my warmest congratulations. Thank you for joining us here today, family and friends. I thank you on behalf of the entire Macquarie University community and in particular on behalf of your graduates. I'm going to now invite our newest graduates and their families and friends to join us on the portico out through those doors. But before we leave, I'd encourage you to really just wander around and enjoy this beautiful campus while you have the opportunity. I hope it'll be a special place for all of you and your memories in the years ahead. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, I'm going to now please ask you to stand and remain standing while the official party and our new graduates exit the hall. Thank you very much and have a great day.